all you awesome potato peoples. I am ChicaDeAwesome, but you can call me Chica. As the old saying goes, variety is the spice of life, so therefore, people must love variety, right? While a lot of us like to think we are unique, we're actually very predictable in our tastes, particularly in streaming and entertainment. So what does that mean for somebody that might want to go into variety streaming? How does someone like me, who does purely variety, succeed? Before we start talking about how to be successful, it's important for you to know what are some of the pros and cons for having a variety channel. One of the most difficult things, I believe, is discoverability. You are literally fighting against the algorithm that does not have a place or niche for your content. Things are typically sorted by game category or game content, as cool as it would be to be able to search funky guy with really sweet shades. This means that you have to be at your most entertaining at the same time that someone happens to be searching for that particular game to discover that you too are an awesome match. This also leaves you with a smaller window to really sell a viewer to come back for your content because you just have that one day, that 1 week, maybe those 2 weeks of you particularly playing that game on stream. On top of this, it's even more disheartening to see about a good half of your viewers leave, if not more, when you switch from one game to another because of your variety. The major upside to this, however, is the fact that the viewers that do come back are there for the streamer. That's right, they're there for you. You don't have to second guess whether or not they're there for you or your content, because they came back, so they must be interested. Many of these viewers are supportive, loyal, and engaging. They also bring their own unique, awesome energy. In fact, this energy is transferred through each stream and helps your momentum to keep going. But because your viewers are there for you, it also makes things a lot harder to do, which leads to con number 2. The cost of variety. Trying to figure out what game you're going to be doing next week is a lot harder than if you just had to play Fortnite every day. On top of this, your viewers may not be as opinionated because they are there whatever game you play. And lastly, in order to keep up with the trends of variety streaming, it literally costs money to buy the next best thing. And with most big name titles being around $60 a piece, yeah, you're going to be reaching into your wallet quite frequently. On the flip side, if you try to go the less costly route, you're very likely to leave a lot of people out. Sure, you'll be able to highlight some indie game developers that are just getting started like yourself. However, people may not be looking for that small niche group. Ultimately, whether it's worth the cost is up to you. The price can be worth it, however, because it can lead to the second pro, which is new experiences that you would not have been able to have had you just been a shoe-in into one little corner on the internet. Many of my favorite games that I continue to play to this day are games that were suggested to me from my friends, some of my fans, and everything that I've been searching on the internet. In fact, my personal fave is Minecraft. Of all games, I never thought I'd be the kind of person to want to get into that, to be completely honest. But because I allowed myself to be open to new experiences, I landed a partnership with Minecraft, which has been a dream come true, to be honest. And it is still one of my most successful games to this day. And lastly, the most difficult thing to deal with as a variety streamer is balancing. You have to balance both the expectations of your audience with the expectations of what you have as a creator. You may be in love with a really good story or an awesome RPG, however, your audience may have a hard time connecting in those type of games. On top of this, you may be tempted to dive back into something that's familiar, that's safe, instead of taking the risk to try something else that day. Trying to keep yourself happy and your audience happy is something that all creators can relate with, honestly, but I feel that you really feel it whenever you do anything variety. But because you've given yourself that leeway and you have different games every day, it gives you a chance to mix things up a little bit. Which leads to the final plus of going variety, and that is less burnout, especially when it comes to streaming. Burnout is something that we've all experienced at one time or another, especially if you've been on here for a lot longer. Doing the same thing day in and day out is one of the biggest ways to get burnout. So throwing in a new change here and there can be all the difference, especially for a streamer. So sure, you may not get as much popularity being awesome at that one thing, however, you will feel a lot happier doing what you love doing. By changing things up once in a while, it allows you to be a lot more consistent and not feel the pressures of having to keep things going. And speaking of burnout, I have an awesome video I'm working on at the moment to discuss different ways to both prevent as well as overcome burnout. You can expect the burnout video around Valentine's Day, because nothing says romance like losing that passion for something you once loved. So now that you know some of the pros and cons, would you say it's worth going variety for yourself? Why or why not? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. For now, pass that positivity and like the video please, sub and ring that bell to see more awesome content from me. Check out the other awesome content I have on my channel. Remember to always be awesome, and I'll see y'all you taters laters. Take care.